Good afternoon, everybody. Such a pleasure to be standing in front of you. My name is Ruvimbo, or Ruvi, and I'm coming all the way from Zimbabwe. How many of us know Zimbabwe? We once had a very popular president. I thought so. Has anyone ever come down to Africa or to Zimbabwe? No? Okay. Well, we look... Yes, they did in the cricket. That's very true. And guess what? My son is actually in a cricket club now. So, yeah. So today my topic is about employer branding and offboarding and why it's important for us to have the proper processes when it comes to offboarding. Onboarding is one of the areas that employers focus on because you're just starting to join an organization. But just as important as onboarding, so is offboarding. How many people in here have had a horrible experience when leaving an organization? I'm pretty certain a couple of us, right? So I'm just going to touch quickly and just give a simple definition of what employer branding is. That's the reputation that's out there about your organization. And that's what causes people to buy in to come and work for your organization. And offboarding is just, in simple terms, it's the process of transitioning an employee from leaving an organization. So I'm just going to quickly give you just a short story. Back in 2019, I was working for an organization. And while I was working for that organization, I decided, look, my journey has come to an end. When it had come to an end, I simply sent in a resignation letter that had one line, and taking it back to impressions and what employees go back to, it was really relatable because I've done it before. I simply sent in a resignation letter with one line that just say, thank you. This is the end of my journey. I left. And what actually then happened is they simply forced me to leave without properly offboarding me. I left that organization with a company cell phone, which I stayed with for about 3 months. I still had access to my company email. I was able to still access company documentation. So just quickly, what can we pick up from that? What went wrong? Anybody? Data security compromising the company's information, absolutely. Anybody else? The HR didn't do the proper processes, so that means HR was supposed to let IT know that Ruvimbo has a cell phone, right? A communication gap. And anything else that you could think of? And then how did Ruvimbo feel when she left the organization? I bet you when she left and she went to other places, she talked about how poorly she was treated in that process. Because what happens is, even though a journey has ended, let it end on a good note. Am I correct? Yes, because funny enough, I came from a customer service background. And while I was there, we were told that a customer can go around and tell 10 people about a bad experience. And if they have a great experience, they don't tell anybody. So does it apply to your offboarding processes? So I'm just going to touch on why it's so important. So first of all, we've talked about it already, protecting data, all company documentation, and ensuring that we keep our company resources inside within our walls. Secondly, it's being a brand advocacy. So when you go out there, the person that you have offboarded should be able to tell people an amazing story. That yes, I worked for this organization, the journey has ended, but how it ended was absolutely amazing, right? And also, I guess Glassdoor and reputation, a lot of people, before you apply to an organization, you want to know, you want to read up on it and get the reviews. So let's ensure that when we do offboard, we allow a person to then give a true and amazing review about the organization. And then the boomerang hires. Does anyone know what a boomerang hire is? Who comes back and joins. Often we do that. We go back to where we started from. So you can imagine if you had a terrible offboarding experience and you want to go back and knock on the door, that's not going to work. So we should also ensure that we have an open door policy. So when a person decides they want to come back, you know that there's a great relationship and you can trust that individual. And that's it. I hope that was engaging enough. Thank you.